Hello, students. This is Joseph Bonaparte, professor in finance, director for Masters in FinTech, and director for external affairs. I want to teach you how to build a portfolio. I'm going to teach you how to build a portfolio, even if you didn't know finance. The same way that you buy shoes from Amazon, for example. How you buy shoes from Amazon? You look at the color, the type, the size of the shoes. Uh, you want it for running, you need it for events. So the same way we do it the same. So to build a portfolio is like buying a shoes. You need to know key things you have to decide about. First is beta. Beta reflects the risk of the company. Above one, if beta above one, that means riskier than the economy, than the benchmark. Below one, that means below the market risk, and equal to one, that means equal to market risk. So these are the beta. For example, if you look to Apple, the beta for Apple is 1.24. Here you can see this 1.24. That means Apple is riskier than the market by 24%. If you look at the Spider, which is the market index, the beta for Spider is 1. By construction, beta is 1. That means the market risk is 1. Anything above 1, that means riskier than the market. Below 1, less risky, equal to 1, equal to the market risk. The second thing is market capitalization, which is how much if the company is value. If it's above $150 billion, that will be large cap. Below 150 billion is a medium cap. Below 5 billion is small cap. Sometimes some people want to buy large companies, some people small companies. Price to earning ratio, for example, the price of a company, for example, NVIDIA, if you want to see that. The price of NVIDIA, $130. The PE ratio is 51. That means you divide 130 divided by EPS, and you will get 51. EPS is earning per share. So some people like a high earning per share, PE ratio. Some people low. Earning per share is how much you do earnings per share. Suppose you have $100 earning, you have a 50 shares, so 100 divided by 50 is $2, for example. In this case, 2.5 for NVIDIA. If divided by the price by this, you get the PE ratio. Analyst recommendation. This is important. Analyst recommendation. Every company, not every company, most companies have analyst recommendation. They say, for example, Apple, they think analyst recommendation for Apple, for example, 3 or 4 or 5. It's between 1 and 5. 5, that means strong buy, that analysts like to buy it. 1 means strong sell. So based on the analyst recommendation, you can see the average. For example, if the average is 3, that means you're about the market demand or recommendation. Like 3 is S&P is 3, so if you're above the 3, that means you're a strong buyer. Forward dividend, if the company has a dividend or not. Some people like to buy companies with dividend. Environmental ESG score, so every company has a score, A, B, C, D, and other things. So when you buy a shoes, you care about the color, the size, and things like that. When you buy a portfolio, you should take care of beta, market cap, like the risk of the company, the size of the company, the price earning ratio. If PE above 25, PE ratio, that means a growth company. If PE below 25, that means value company. So some people like growth company, some people value company. So, okay, so now you know these characteristics, these statistics. You can do your research by yourself to learn more about each. Investment philosophy, you say, okay, what type of portfolio I want to buy? For example, you can say, I want to have a beta like a greater than 1.3 or greater than 1.4, for example. You can say, I want a beta riskier than the market. You can say, for example, and that's it. I don't want anything else. Just I care about beta. So you have a lot of companies. You have a lot of companies. You say, oh, I care about ESG. I want the company to have a high ESG score, environmental, social. Maybe you say, I want ESG to be at least B. All right, so now you have a less companies, but you have. Maybe you said, I want to have the companies, for example, market cap. I want them to be 150 billion or large, for example. That's your call. So now you have only 2 companies. Let's assume you have you want below, you want a small company, less than 150. Now you have a lot of companies here. Now you need to build a portfolio. Now portfolio you can build it by all of those, for example. But because my AI system capability here, I cannot take all of them. I'm gonna pick at most four, any four, for example. You can do it differently. Maybe you choose from all of this list, you choose four. Once you choose the four, the next is portfolio choice. Are you ready to choose this four? I mean, if you choose more, for example, this, then you have more. If you do this, good. You cannot take more than four. Again, it's up to four. Then you have a risk return. So the more you take risk, the more expected return. But for example, you or your client doesn't want to take risk more than 60% of the market, or 158% of the market, 58%, or 56. Suppose, so here, give you all the combination between how much risk your portfolio based on these stocks and how much return. They give you all the combination. Suppose you want to buy this one. You like this one. In this case, what I created for you, the AI system immediately create for you what called backtest. If you bought this portfolio, you can compare it with the S&P. The S&P is the brown, your portfolio is the blue. So you can see your portfolio pretty much here beat the S&P, but here pretty much the S&P match with it. If that's what you like, great. If not, you can go back. You can say, wait a second, I want, for example, not this, I want this. And take this, for example. And you say, well, for example, I want this. This is the portfolio I want. I want to take 58%. Then look at your portfolio, the brown versus the blue. The blue is your portfolio. The brown is S&P. And then you can see the S&P is beating you. You don't like it? Well, go back again. You can change your philosophy here. Or you can go back here and you said, you know what? I don't want Ford. I'm going to take Ford off. I'm going to choose this portfolio. And now I'm going to choose this, for example. So here's your portfolio. Here's the S&P. Also, the S&P beating you. You can say, for example, okay, I don't want this company, just this. I'm going to take, for example, more risk now. Again, he beating you, the S&P beating you. You can choose whatever portfolio you want. Suppose that's what you decided. Then the final thing is what called portfolio characteristics. So we put, if you that's what you choose, we put 30% BYY, C 0%, and EQ is 70%. It's energy and consumer cyclical. The PE ratio for every company here, the beta for every company, earning per share for every company, analyst recommendation, cap M return. So what is that cap M return? If the risk-free, it's how much Federal Reserve has interest rate. If you think the market will be 10%, maybe you think the market will be 12% next year. And the Fed is going to cut the rate 25 basis points. So you can do it 4%. Well, in that case, you can see your portfolio characteristic and how much your portfolio beta, how much the weight, how much expected return in your portfolio. So all these characteristics, you go back here. From here, you can decide what type of portfolio you want to have from the beta, market cap, and those. I'm going to do another example here, investment philosophy. I want to add, for example, I'm going to relax this to B minus or more. So I have more companies here. Let me get those. I'm going here, portfolio choice. I'm going to choose this company and maybe this one. Now I have a 4. Here's another portfolio I did. And then if I go to backtesting, this portfolio is doing great relative to S&P. No, the S&P is beating the portfolio. And then if you decided to buy in that, if you don't like it, you go back here. You say, for example, I need AAL, for example. And you choose this one here. You go to brackets, backtest, and you see your portfolio. You can play with this to see how it's going to go in the past few weeks, past few months. And then if you like it, that's a characteristic of your portfolio. So what's your homework here? Basically, I want you to do a video, go through the statistics, explain them, create your own investment philosophy. For example, beta, you can see beta below less than 1.4, for example. Here you have a different set of stocks. And then you can do the portfolio, choose what the one you like. From here, choose what you like, and then you choose the portfolio of your interest. For the risk, you say, okay, I'm willing to take 20% risk, for example. So go with that. 20% here. And then you go to backtest. Here's what you have. You beat the S&P, but then you mimicking the S&P, and then look to the characteristic of your portfolio. Here's the characteristic. That's all I'm asking you to do. Look at the sectors here. It's a very nice portfolio optimizer. Now you can build a portfolio in 10 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much.